The following is a presentation of Spring Hill Sports Live. It's time for Spring Hill High School Athletics. On your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by It's time for the Broncos, right here on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
And good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekend, and welcome, can you believe it, to week number 9 of the high school football season, officially into the playoffs, although for a long time high school was always a 9-game regular season, and for all intents and purposes that's what this is, the final week, but it is also the week of playoffs. If you win, you continue to play. If you don't, you head on to your winter sport of choice. The Broncos are looking to avenge a tough loss a week ago where they went to Eudora and really ran into a buzzsaw. Eudora, team that was getting right at the right time, and perhaps Spring Hill overlooking them perhaps. I don't know if that's the case or just got hit in the mouth early and had a hard time recovering. Eudora would score on their 4 possessions of the first half. Spring Hill would not, and it was a tough sledding throughout the night as they fall 33-7. And lose for the first time this year. They do enter into the 5A playoffs as the number 2 seed, just behind Mill Valley. So the top seed on this half of the Eastern bracket, if you're good at fractions, you can figure out where that puts them. But the Broncos trying to bounce back from that against Eudora. A big bright spot in that game, however, was Draven Pipkin. Back-to-back huge weeks for him. 18 carries, 126 yards, and 1 touchdown. He was the man in that game as I bring in my partner here, Matt Jones. And, you know, in a dark night, Draven Pipkin certainly was the bright spot, trying to give him a boost late in that game.
Absolutely. He ran hard the whole game, and, you know, he tried to put the team on his shoulders as best he could. And, you know, hopefully we'll see more of that this evening. I think that's what they need to key on and, you know, get Pipkin a lot of carries. Opponent
tonight is the Schlagle Stallions, Kansas City Schlagle up there. They've struggled a little bit this year, to say the least. Their average, they have not won a game, so they are 0-8 coming into this ball. 0-7 actually coming into this ball game, and their average margin of defeat has been 30 points. They've averaging about 9 points a game scoring wise, and they are giving up 39 points per ball game, and so the Broncos should be the favorite in this ball game, should have an opportunity to try to get right after last week's loss at Eudora, and they will have this Schlagle team in their way, and they're kind of a one-trick pony, so to speak, pardon the pun as well, as they're led by their quarterback, Kalik Rainey, a 6'1", 170-pound junior, 70 of 170 with 754 yards passing on the season, 3 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, and 95 carries on the air. He's the leading passer, leading rusher with 607 yards and 3 touchdowns. And so as Rainey goes, is kind of how the Stallions go. Likewise, on the other side of things, Broncos will be without likely their quarterback, Fletcher Pankey, who left that Eudora game. Luke Metcalf stepped in a really tough situation against a really good Eudora team. He's had a week of practice. Hopefully he'll be ready to go tonight, and I do expect the Broncos to have a nice night here against the Stallions as they look to move in to deeper run in the playoffs. We'll talk more about the playoffs. We'll also talk about this game as we get closer to kickoff and get you ready to go here on a Week 9 first-round playoff matchup, the Broncos and the Stallions. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, specializing in creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and the staff at Strode Orthodontics is experienced, highly trained, and fully licensed orthopedic orthodontic specialist, with decades of combined experience in orthodontic field, with locations in Spring Hill, Olathe, Overland Park. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. More on the Comfort Designs pregame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Cardinal Glass in Spring Hill is now hiring. Cardinal Glass is a great place to land with immediate openings for production technician starting at $19.01 with a $1 premium for evening hours. Also hiring warehouse and maintenance technicians. Cardinal Glass provides competitive wages and great benefits, including medical, dental, life, health savings, and monthly profit sharing. Call 913-592-6100. Walk-ins are welcome at their facility on North Webster Road in Spring Hill or visit them online at cardinalcorp.com.
Check out the cheer. Student section get fired up here for this one. Sparse crowd, not as packed as it has been in weeks previous. I'm guessing the opponent could have a part of that, as a lot of fans hopefully expecting a victory here, and hopefully plenty at home watching. We do appreciate you, appreciate all of our wonderful support as well. Welcome a couple new sponsors on Cardinal Glass. You saw them last week. And then welcome to Samantha Randall, American Family, new agent downtown. Appreciate all the support from all of our sponsors, including this one, the pregame show sponsor, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. Lots of stuff going on. Playoffs are in the air. And probably the biggest one is the one in front of us, but there are some other good games around the area. Matt, you'll take a crack at those. It's brought to you by Apex Massage Therapy. Massage isn't just a luxury. It's a way to a happier, healthier life. Kylie at Apex Massage Therapy knows your aches and pains may be the same as others, but your treatment plan doesn't have to be. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-575-1079. Apex Massage Therapy, right there inside Perfect Detail Salon, across from K&M. 913-575-1079. I'm looking at the 5A brackets. What do you got else around the area? I'm sure a few of those games are on there.
Basically, we have the Frontier League. We have Lewisburg playing at St. James, Lansing at Paola, Coffeyville at Piper, Miege at Tonganoxie, which might be an interesting game. See if Miege has only won 2 games this year, so we'll see if Tonga can knock them off.
Well, Tonga, that's the kids have gotten beat by Bishop Miege in the past, aren't necessarily on that team, but
Exactly.
they've gotten knocked out of the playoffs in games they should have won a year ago. That was the one, and they wanted to win it a lot, and they thought they had a right team. They've got multiple college kids on that team a year ago. Yeah, if they get it right, that'd be nice.
It'd be good.
We'll see.
We have Bonner Springs going down to Chanute. Ottawa is at Eudora, and we'll look see if Eudora can make a little run after getting some confidence last week. And the final Frontier League team is Royal Valley at Baldwin. On our side of the bracket, like you were pointing out, Washington is at St. Thomas Aquinas, which the winner of that would play the winner of this game next week. Turner at Pittsburgh High School and Topeka West at DeSoto. And finally, we have Caney Valley at Girard, which is also on the network, and already started Burlington at Galena.
Yep, Galena was winning that one last we checked. 6 o'clock start. A few of those. There's already been one 5A game as well. You see there on the bracket on the west. Hayes closer than probably expected win there over Goddard Eisenhower, but should be usually week 1 it's chalk or close to chalk. There's occasionally a couple upsets. We'll see what those are. We're hoping we're not going to see one here live. I don't suspect we will. We'll see in this one. Those are those area matchups brought to you by Apex Massage Therapy. Don't forget also about our program with our friends at Easy Relic. If you see a play you really like and you want to see it again, all you got to do is give our guys a text message at Easy Relic. I'm looking for it here. I forgot to throw it up on my screen. You can give them a call at 816, actually text rather, SHHS to 816-406-0051. You got to text it. Now, a lot of people don't realize that the text, the phone call is a rarely used app on your phone. You can make a phone call. But in this case, you want to use the text message feature. You text it right here to these guys. SHHS to 816-406-0051. You can get that sent right to your phone. Not a lot of highlights last week. We expect to see plenty here tonight in this ball game between the Broncos and the Stallions. We'll take another quick break. We come back. Still to come, we've got your your keys to the game and starting lineups right next on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strothy Orthodontics.
Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the industrial park with cattle haul-in and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Rain Dance Studios is the area's newest dance studio with professionally trained staff, a brand new facility, and classes for every dance and tumbling level. Rain Dance Studios is everything you never knew you needed in a dance family. With an emphasis on customer experience, exquisite dance technique, and dancer confidence, Rain is the dance studio for every aspiring dancer. Come join Spring Hill's premier dance experience and get the royal treatment. Schedule a free 2-week trial by visiting raindancestudios.com.
Color the flowers. The whole place looks amazing. I love it.
Sophia, whatever happens, we're here to protect you. Thank you.
There's no room for fear in your dream home policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Contact Samantha Randall, agent at 119 South Main Street in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-8060 today.
Here come the Broncos, right on cue. It's like they knew we were coming out of commercial break. Thanks, boys.
Good timing.
Time to look at our starting lineups, brought to you by America's Heart Gun Collection. From antiques to live plants, you never know what you're going to find. To add to your own personal collection, let us spark your curiosity at America's Heartland Collection, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5 at 305 South Webster in Spring Hill. First up for the offense, Luke Metcalf could get the start at quarterback. Came in again in the first quarter last week and did as good as he could. They were under fire right off the bat, and he was already in a pretty big hole by the time he came into the ball game. You see the captains will take the field for this one. Running back will be Draven Pipkin again. Draven coming off an 18-carry, 126-yard performance last week and a touchdown, the bright spot in an otherwise dark day. We'll move off from the Eudora game here pretty quick. Cameron Crotchet will be a wide receiver. Daniel Mitchell at wide receiver. The slot's Zach Knowlton, and the other wide receiver is Carter Mead. Up front, Aiden Palmer, Aiden Weiglet, Cole Rodin, Andrew Campbell, and Carter Meek. Defensively, Broncos will have out there Mark Debiak, Casey O'Neill, Sima Tiafau, RJ Dominic, Garrett Bauer, Noah Anderton, Austin Rivers. Also, we saw Richardson get back in there last week a little bit at linebacker. James Newton in the secondary along with Carter Mead, Zach Knowlton, Daniel Mitchell, and then one DN's Colin Rooney getting some playing time as well. For Schlagle, like I mentioned earlier, their main guy is Khalik Rainey. He's their quarterback. They'll also have some guys in the backfield. Cameron DeBoe will be one of the guys getting some totes, along with Cameron Campbell. He's got 29 carries, 159 yards. So not really a lot of offense the rest of the way. Defensively, their leading tackler is Alani Fishback, and he has 69 tackles, including 58 solo on the season. Those are keys to the game, brought to you by Spring Hill Chiropractic and Acupuncture. The key to a better quality of life is making Spring Hill Chiropractic part of your health and wellness plan. Dr. Daniel Harding strives to make it as easy as possible and affordable as possible to get the care you need for your whole family. Learn more at springhillchiropractic.com or call 913-592-3541. What do you got for keys to the game here in this one?
Well, the first thing is Metcalf. Obviously, he came into a bad situation last weekend, so they need to keep it simple for him to start out. Let him build some confidence. He goes, put the weight on Pipkin's shoulders. I think Pipkin can handle it. Defensively, I think they need to keep the linebackers clean. They've struggled with that the last couple weeks. Let those guys make the tackles. And finally, they need to get turnovers. They haven't had any. They haven't had as many as they had at the beginning of the year. So they need to get back to that kind of ball. They need to be getting the ball free when they're carrying it and trying to get those interceptions.
Hey, this is a tricky spot to be in for the Broncos. One, you've got an opponent here that doesn't have a win and has struggled a little bit this year. And then you've got, coming off a loss, your first of the year, pretty lopsided loss as well. So I think the mental focus will be pretty key here. Broncos' first drive offensively, I think, is going to be very telling. And they need to get off to a hot start. When we've seen them start hot, there's nothing in their way. And there's very few teams that can play with them when they have that momentum and tempo going.
That's right.
They need to get that. They haven't really had that even in the last couple of weeks.
Agreed.
They will be on defense here to begin things. So once again, winning the toss, they've been on a pretty good tear with that. And electing to defer to the second half.
Number 13.
In fact, I had the thought last week after that Eudora game, I thought to myself, man, if Spring Hill wins the toss next week, they should take the ball and just do that offense and get a little momentum going. They did not apply that. And sometimes when you get this deep in the season, you kind of do what's been working.
And, maybe they want to give Metcalf a chance to kind of fill the game out, get it started for him.
Yep. Well, here we go. Otto Flock going to tee this one up. And driving back just into the end zone. They're going to let him bring it out. That's odd.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the ball or a foot because it was right on the line. And maybe if the ball didn't cross the line, he can bring it out because it was real close. A good return there by Gideon. Oh, boy. I was afraid of this one. I was going to let Mr. Murray take a crack at it. Look at this. This guy just touched the ball.
Sorry. Colin Schneider.
Let's call him Gideon.
Yeah. N-G-N-Z-I-R-A-B-A-O-N-A. I'm going to say the N silent. Genziro Abona.
That's what I would say. But you have to say it, not me.
Well, I will. Probably a few more times. Let it get a return. They'll start this drive at their own 19-yard line. Turn, handoff, just a massive humanity at the point of attack. Not much there. No gain on the play.
Tackle maybe number 55, Casey O'Neill.
So no gain on the play on the first carry.
The Stallions have thrown 23.
And to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Wide receiver near side, one to the far side. 2 men in the backfield behind Rainey. He'll toss it near side. Trying to get some room. Daniel Mitchell fills the hole, runs the alley well, and drops the boom. It's going to be a loss after a run by Cameron DeBow. He'll lose about 1.5 yards on the play, and it will bring up
3rd and 11 for the Stallions.
3rd down and about 11. Broncos with those white helmets on the purple tops and purple bottoms. I like the blue on those Stallion helmets.
Me too.
Feels like that's something my girls would be like, I really like the helmets. Straight drop,
right.
Looking to throw it over the middle. It's got a little seam route. That was developing nicely, intended for Ryan Smith Jr. Tight end coming off that far side. James Newton was in pretty good coverage.
He did have good coverage. He had a slight step.
4th and 11 for the Stallions at their own 22.
So a loss of 1 on that drive will force this punting situation for Schlagle.
Definitely what the doctor ordered for the Spring Hill defense. Get some confidence.
Yeah, and as much as the offensive woes were concerning last week, they just never really had time. Then you lose your quarterback. Your starting quarterback has done such a phenomenal job all year. You know, that was tough. But then defensively, just to get gashed like that. And, you know, there's a win here tonight, puts you on a collision course with a team that's pretty good at running the football.
That's
and
right.
Certainly dedicated to it.
Yep.
And you're going to have to stop the run pretty consistently if you're able to get into that matchup with St. Thomas Aquinas coming up on the bracket.
You know, going back to last week,
4th and 16.
Eudora was able to hit the big play, and they were able to pound the ball at him. So it wasn't just one or the other. They were able to do both. They pretty much had their way.
And they're the type of team that got the lead with a couple of those big plays, and then they can just kill the clock. I mean, they had drives of 9 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes. I mean, that just limits the game in a hurry. Zach Knowlton going to return this one from the 42. Near side return. He's got some running room down the sidelines. He's going to have some big running. Great block downfield. And a touchdown on a punt return. An incredible block by Brandon Richardson. How about your linebacker getting in there and playing some offense?
That's right. Great block.
Zach Knowlton, a 42-yard punt return. I don't always do a very good job of seeing where the ball's caught, but I had a feeling about that one. And I was like, I'm going to figure out where he catches this ball exactly because this is going to be a good return. It was just opening up immediately.
Well, he kicked it directly to him. He just caught it with that slight run at it and just, I mean, couldn't have set it up any better.
Otto Flock can come on to kick the point after attempt. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on its way. And good. And just like that, the Broncos lead 7-0 on a 42-yard punt return by Do Everything guy Zach Knowlton. Defense back at it next on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Happy birthday! Thank you.
Watch this. Call your dad from that phone.
So you pay for a phone line just to laugh at kids?
No, my internet company makes me pay for the phone. Might as well get something out of it.
That internet?
No bundling required. Visit gobrawley.com to learn more.
Everybody up.
7-0. Broncos lead here over Schlagle. On a 42-yard punt return by our man Zach Knowlton. Good candidate for our Easy Relic highlight. Otto Flock, and his kicking ability is really nice as well. It's going to be fielded at the 5. Near side return runs by one guy. And finally hemmed in past the 20 up near the 23-yard line. Fishback makes the run. He's their leading tackler as well.
Ball spotted at the Schlagle 24.
Well, you wanted to make Metcalf comfortable, so you couldn't have started any better by giving him a 7-point lead before he even goes in. So, hey.
Flag on the field. Dead ball, illegal substitution against the Stallions.
An early penalty on the opening play of this drive.
First and 15 from their own 19.
Float. Get a pass completed out to the bow. And he'll make up some of the penalty yardage and then some. A gain of 6 on the pitch and catch.
Second and 8 for the Stallions at their own 26.
Up to the 26. That's a pretty good pitch and catch, really.
Yeah, it was a good throw, good catch. You know, keep the guy in front of you so you can't break for a big play. They'll be all right.
Quarterback again is Rainey. Leading passer, leading rusher. See if he gets flushed out here. He will. Looking downfield, flips it out, and he wanted his guy on the sideline. It had been close to a, well, no, it wouldn't have been. It would have been quite shy of a first down, actually. Intended for number 26, Shea Rainey.
10 for number 26, Shea Rainey.
We go on a limb here and say there's probably a relation there between Kalik Rainey and Shea Rainey.
It's quite possible.
One's a junior, one's a senior.
3rd and 8 for the Stallions.
It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Right now their net yardage between the two drives is right at about 1 yard. And that's something we'll watch here a little bit. Snap back to Rainey looking. A little bit of time. Now a step up. You're going to let this one fly. This one's dangerous, and James Newton was battling over there with Landon Burks, and they were just kind of chicken fighting all the way down the sideline. And that's one of those, if you're Newton, you got to make a decision. Do you go try to make the pick? And it was just kind of too much fighting going on to even have a chance at that one.
Yeah, there was some hand fighting. It was a good no call. You know, you hate to see a good play like that from both sides. You know, the receivers fighting for the ball too.
Number 4, Joseph Hawkins. Deep for the Broncos. Number 9, Daniel Mitchell. Number 13, Zach Knowlton.
So another punting situation here for Schlagle. They'll get this one away. Another returner by Knowlton. He fair catches at the last minute. He's going to have to, I mean, I don't blame him on that one at all. Zach's going to have to give a much earlier fair catch and much better signal. They won't allow that one just last minute, flip your hand. You've got to clearly make a fair catch signal. He's upset about it, and he probably has a right to be a little upset, but you got to make a better signal. And it was right at the last minute. That guy's got to stop completely.
Sure. You know, you're not going to see that in high school football. Maybe in the NFL if they call a fair catch that quickly, but even then.
Illegal shift.
They had a legal shift, so they're going to discuss this. Spring Hill's, what are we rolling out? Rolling out the offense. I think we're going to probably decline this one, take the field position, take the ball, and get to work offensively. You're a few minutes into this one. Offense hasn't touched the field yet.
That's the right call.
So Spring Hill will start at their own 45-yard line.
Penalties to Kind, Spring Hill's ball at their own 45. 1st and 10 Broncos.
They're with 9:11 to play opening quarter. First time for the offense. They will tack 5 yards actually onto it, so move it up to midfield.
1st and 10 Broncos.
When it's your home field, it's your own 50, in case you want to know. It's all yours. So Luke Metcalf going to lead him out for the Broncos to get the start. His probably first career start as a quarterback here for the Broncos. Heir apparent to Fletcher Pankey. Pipkin will be to his left. He'll send Knowlton in motion. It's a pretty safe first play. Hand it off to the speedster. Not a lot. He's got Pipkin out in front with the block down the sideline and knocked it out of bounds. But not before a 23-yard pickup by Zach Knowlton.
Number 1, Cameron DeBow.
Really good downfield blocking. Looks like McCannon and Pipkin out of the corner there. Great job reading those blocks.
Colton McCannon at one of the wings. Knowlton will be back at the slot here. Wide receiver to the near side is Cameron Crotchet. Just off screen. Turn, handoff, Pipkin. He'll fall forward near the 20-yard line. Just a workmanlike 8 yards right there by Draven Pipkin. And we saw a lot of that last week. That was a very physical Eudora team. I'm confident that team's going to go on and win a few games in the playoffs, if not more than that, with just their physicality. But boy, Draven was coming every time.
He was, yeah. And that was the one weakness that Eudora had against them, was that they struggled to stop Pipkin consistently.
Timeout taken by Schlagle. We will take it along with them. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 3 when we return on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Cardinal Glass in Spring Hill is now hiring. Cardinal Glass is a great place to land, with immediate openings for production technician, starting at $19.01 with a $1 premium for evening hours. Also hiring warehouse and maintenance technicians. Cardinal Glass provides competitive wages and great benefits, including medical, dental, life, health savings, and monthly profit sharing. Call 913-592-6100. Walk-ins are welcome at their facility on North Webster Road in Spring Hill, or visit them online at cardinalcorp.com.
Seven to nothing. Broncos
Timeout. 2nd and 3 for the Broncos.
lead it here after a punt return for a touchdown by Zach Knowlton. Now they're on the drive for the first time tonight offensively. 2 plays. And Metcalf going to keep it himself. Up the middle he goes through the heart of the defense. Still on his feet at the 5 and knocked down around. So just shy of the 5 around the 8-yard line, but a nice run there by Metcalf as he'll pick up 14 yards on the run.
He did a great job stepping up into the pocket there. The pocket collapsed probably a little sooner than they would have liked, but he made a good read and got the yardage out of it that he could.
Metcalf turn, handoff. Pipkin's got to break off one tackle, and he'll go across the 5, leaning towards the goal line. He's going to be held up just shy. It will be a 5-yard gain on the play. Maybe 6 actually on the run by Pipkin. It'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. Handoff. Carter Meade going to catch the end. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. A 3-yard run by Carter Meade. Broncos is just about everything they wanted to do on that one.
That's good first drive. Metcalf looked good. He made some good decisions, and like we said before the game, they made it easy on him, and they kept the ball on the ground.
5-play, 50-yard drive, capped off on that 3-yard touchdown run by Carter Meade. Flock to kick the point after. Metcalf is the holder. Had to work on that one a little bit, but pulled it down in time. 14-0, 7:48 to play in this first quarter. Broncos off to a great start.
Elliott Insurance Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Insurance Group, we work, live, and shop in our local communities, serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years. Elliott Insurance Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Insurance Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit elliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Nothing Broncos on top here over Schlagle. First round of the Class 5A playoffs. Broncos the number 2 overall seed here on the east side of the bracket. We'll look more about that. Try to get some scoring updates as well. And Flock finally getting a boot into one and knocking it through the back of the end zone. Schlagle comes out here. Spring Hill volleyball was out at state, did not advance out of pool play today. They knocked off Emporia 25-22, 25-17, but fell to Topeka Seaman, probably the one that we were surprised the most about. Fell 25-20, 25-18, 25-22 in 3 sets, and then dropped to Aquinas as well, 25-18, 25-21. Still great season for Coach Book and the good ladies. Just come up a little bit short in pool play, and nearly intercepted by Carter Mead. Pass intended out there
for number 13.
For number 13 for them. Genzarabona.
On the coverage, number 32.
I took a run at that and got it right. Matt, thanks for that. Gideon Genzarabona, but I waited for a confirmation from Mr. Murray. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10. Flushed is Rainey looking. Pressure coming from Garrett Bauer. It's going to fly incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. They've gotten pressure almost every time they've rolled the pass. Probably the one attempt to the tight end was their best opportunity where he had a little bit of time to let that develop. Every other time he's been on the run.
You know, Rainey's he's got some good arm strength behind him. You know, he's got a little zip on the ball, but when you're running for your life like that, you know, he's got a lot of Broncos chasing him. It's really hard to get the ball off and keep it accurate.
Stops the clock with 7:38 to play in this first quarter. Rainey, DeBow way behind him. Flushed, coming, ripped down from behind. Austin Rivers, one of the more dynamic linebackers in the area, and boy, he gets on you in a hurry, and Rainey found out that was a give him 10 for execution points as well.
Ball spotted back at the.
It looked cool.
You know, it was a matter of time for them to get one of those sacks. They'd had several hurries, and finally were able to get him down.
Huge loss on the play as well. I mean, I'm talking 14, a 14-yard loss on that sack by Rivers.
Joseph Hawkins deep for the Broncos. Number 9, Daniel Mitchell. Number 13,
Now,
Zach Knowlton.
low punt, and it is blocked. Fall on top of that, it's a touchdown. Fight for it. Touchdown, Broncos. Who got on there? I hope it's a big fella, and it is. Keanu Tiafau with the blocked punt and a touchdown. He falls on top of it. When the big boys score, an angel gets its wings. I don't know what happens.
Well, they were both crawling for it, like it's mine, it's mine, it's mine.
When the big boys score, a fat guy gets chicken wings.
That's right.
Tiafau falls on top of that. It was a 50-50 ball, and he knew he wanted it. He fought for it to go get it. At risk of punching that thing through the back of the end zone, he was going to go score, and I love it. I would have done the exact same thing. Here's Flock to kick it through, and he's up and good. 3 for 3 on PA attempts. Broncos have now scored twice on special teams. A punt return by Knowlton, and then a block and a touchdown by Keanu Tiafau. Broncos lead at 21-0 here over Schlagle.
Southern Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Not sure who got that blocked punt. It was a lot of dudes back there. It was kind of a low snap, and then Medunho fell on top of it, number 66. Down to TFL. And Otto Flock going to drive another one. Special teams doing their part here tonight. And that's one of the other aspects from a week ago. They just didn't kind of get going, but it is something in the playoffs that when you start to get this week, obviously already a bit of a moot point, 21-0 here in the first quarter.
Yep.
Not even 6 minutes into this first quarter. But you start to get into week 2, week 3, especially week 4 of the playoffs, your special teams will make a big difference.
Oh, absolutely. They're huge. And, that's what turned the Tonganoxie game around when we had that punt return, or kickoff return, excuse me. And, that's a third of the ball game. You got to be able to execute on both sides of special teams.
Start on your own 20 again here, Will Schlagle. Toss sweep near side, trying to get outside. It is Cameron Campbell, just nothing doing. TFL went right back to work. So did Colin Rooney. Nope, that's Bauer.
Number 40, Garrett Bauer.
And also in there, Casey O'Neill. A big loss on the play. 9-yard loss, 8-yard loss, they say officially. Right now, they're certainly in negative territory here offensively. Another timeout going to have to be taken here by Schlagle. They were slow to get personnel switched out what they wanted to have going. So another timeout on the field. We'll take it along with them. 6:04 to play first quarter. Broncos all over Schlagle, 21-0.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Made for the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely.
We're back out here, but somebody who can run the ball like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have a couple big play guys.
Second down and 18. Get it to DeBow on the right side. Good run by DeBow. He'll pick up 3 yards on that one. Just fighting hard, Oscar Rivers. James Newton coming in there to fill as well from out in that secondary spot. It's a gain of 3 on the play for DeBow.
3rd and 15 for the Stallions at their own 15.
It will bring up a 3rd down and 15 for Schlagle.
I believe this is the first time this year that we've seen Spring Hill, going without a safety and going straight up man coverage in the defensive backfield. We haven't seen that. Usually it's Knowlton playing in the safety.
They will flip. Let's go to the strong side, near side. Rainey going to straight drop. Now pressured now. Breaks off one tackle, a little bit of help. Bounced right off the chest of somebody that was there. Just kind of a freak thing to have him bounce off of. They were ready to get it. I think it was Casey O'Neill. I'm not sure who ended up finishing him up. Perhaps Debiak also there was Brandon Richardson getting some playing time. Again, Brandon coming back from a hand injury. Sans cast, sans everything else. He was the leading tackler on this team when he went out with that injury. And you get him back and Rivers, going to be necessary for a playoff run.
And that's something we haven't talked about much. They've been struggling, against the run in previous games. Well, one of their top defenders has been out. So, that obviously hurts.
Another loss, about 7 yards on that one, punting. Again, and this one's going to go out the back of the end zone. And actually a better result than the last time. And that will be a safety.
For the Broncos.
If nothing else, they can get some field position and try to pin Spring Hill at least Sort of deep.
Oh, it went over the punter's head and out of the back of the end zone, man. Safety.
No, I mean, because they'll have to.
Oh, you're talking about kicking it away again.
Now they'll have to kick it away, and they won't.
I was about to check on you. I was
No.
I don't know if you missed that.
No.
No, he didn't miss it. 23 makes the score 23-0.
Schlagle 0.
When you can't execute the punt, I tell you what, when you're one of these teams that struggles and didn't win a lot of games, that's when you kind of focus on special teams. You try to make sure you can get the ball away. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where, one, you can't move the ball offensively, and then when you can't move the ball offensively, you can't even give the ball back to the other team
that's
effectively.
Right. Yeah.
That's when things go from real bad to real worse. And I don't think real worse is proper English, but it is in the case we're watching right now.
Well, those are basic mistakes, poor snaps, and it's just mental mistakes and just.
Everybody else.
4:28 to play. In this first quarter. Kick it off deep. First kickoff of the game for Schlagle. Fielded at the 38-yard line. Near side return for Knowlton. And he'll be brought down. Good open field tackle there by Gideon.
Number 13, Zach Knowlton.
Ginzirabona. I have to read the name 3 times before I say it.
Gideon Ginzirabona. Ball spotted.
Returned up across
the
50. First time inside territory. Only the second offensive drive of the game for the Broncos. So they'll start at the Schlagle 49.
What's interesting is you want to make sure that Metcalf gets some chance to throw the ball, but you also have to be cognizant of the score.
Yep. Pipkin drops a boom. Good tackle there made by Brandon Lopez. 6'2", 185-pound the end.
Brandon Lopez.
Limits Pipkin to just a gain of 2.
2nd and 8 for the Broncos. Schlagle 47.
Brings up 2nd down and 8. 2 wide receivers near side. Meads in the slot. Crotch with the wide out. A little pressure coming. Straight drop. A little bit of time. Now steps around. He'll let it fly. He's got his man over here. Knowlton at the 30. Drops forward across the 25-yard line.
That was a good ball. He had time to throw it. He was able to set his feet, hit his receiver in stride. Great pitch and catch. Good confidence for the young quarterback.
15, Dominion Moore.
Ends up being a 22-yard pitch and catch to Knowlton. They're quick to line of scrimmage, and they a hard count draws Schlagle offsides. Free 5 for the Broncos. One thing already, and you mentioned it on a previous play, on him stepping up in the pocket and then running the ball with Metcalf, but right there, his footwork and eyes to keep the pressure came right at him. I mean, number 40 was coming right down the barrel, and he just kind of stepped over to the left and kept his eyes downfield, made the throw. Nice play there by Metcalf. Turn, handoff, outside Pipkin, big running room across the 15, and he'll stumble forward up near the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 9 on the run by Draven Pipkin. Broncos knocking on the door once again. Officials stopping the clock and wind the clock.
There's something to be said for Metcalf also being able to take the reps all week in practice. It's a huge difference. The speed's different. They always talk about, it slows the game down once you finally get comfortable, and that's what we hope to get out of this evening with him.
And I don't know. I don't think I identified where he came into the ball game last week, but anytime wasn't the most ideal situation to get your first reps of the season really in live fire. So.
Early second quarter, I want to say.
They're already down by a few.
Ryan Smith.
Good run by Pipkin. Gain of about 7 on the play. Pipkin with 18 yards rushing already here just on this drive. It started inside Schlagle territory at the 49-yard line. 2:30 to play first quarter. Turn again. Pipkin good cut in the hole. Diving forward, just going to be held shy by a yard. It'll be a gain of 4 on the play to bring up a 1st and goal.
Tackled by number 11, Ryan Smith.
First and goal for the Broncos here.
First and goal for the Broncos at the 1.
What took so long there?
Good question.
Shotgun here for Metcalf. Turn, handoff. Knowlton coming into the near side. Easy. Waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown. Broncos. 29 unanswered to begin this one. Doing it every which way. Zach Knowlton's second touchdown of the ball game. And with 2:10 to play in the first quarter, the route's on for the Broncos.
You know, when a new quarterback comes in and you have playmakers around him like that, it sure makes his job a whole lot easier.
That kick is good.
PAT is good by Flock. Broncos lead it
Making the score, Spring Hill
30 to nothing. 2:10 to play first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on Spring Hill Sports.
Happy birthday! Thank you.
Watch this. Call your dad from that phone.
So you pay for a phone line just to laugh at kids?
No, my internet company makes me pay for the phone. Might as well get something out of it.
That internet?
No bundling required. Visit gobrawley.com to learn more.
$30 to nothing. Broncos on top. Otto Flock back on to kick the point after, or kick the kickoff rather. He's 4 for 4 on PATs. And this one will go into the back of the end zone. He's had 3 straight touchbacks as well. So they will start for the 3rd straight time at their own 20-yard line. 2:10 to play. Otto Flock, cool story. Foreign exchange student from Germany. Starting goalie on the soccer team and starting
awesome.
kicker here in the second half of the season for the football team.
Some good memories.
It's in the United States for 2 months and are having a better experience I did after having 18 years to prepare myself to try to get on the football field. Playing both kinds of football.
That's right.
I'd have been good at goal. I take up a lot of space. Just don't kick it. Just kick it right at me. That's going to be the most crucial. Rainey straight drop. Pressure coming. RJ Dominic brings him down. Does fall forward for a gain of a couple. Austin Rivers is coming in as well. Malik Rainey will pick up a gain of about 4. And what looked like possibly a busted play ends up being their best rush of the game so far. Inside 2 minutes to play first quarter. Second down at 6. Rainey. Straight drop. Not much there. It's sacked back behind. TFL coming in there. He's fired up. RJ Dominic as well. Loss of 5, maybe 4 on the play. Tell you the first thing I would do, nobody's asking, but first thing I would do is walk that running back that's 8 yards off the ball and put him up in front of your quarterback or put him somewhere. But basically you're playing 10 on 11 with him that far off the ball.
Yeah.
He's 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Doesn't watch on this play. Does not get there before the play breaks down. 3rd down. Block to nobody. Throw it over there. And it is caught. Here it comes, coming this way. Got beat a little bit, did Knowlton on the inside, and a huge play completed out to Landon Burks, and it's a big conversion on 3rd down and 11.
It's almost like Knowlton thought that the play was going to be he was going to get sacked again, and he kind of let up a little bit.
1st and 10 Stallions.
But you're right. I did watch the running back in there, and he's set back there to block, but there's nobody to block because he's so far back.
Yeah, 39-yard pitch and catch there from Rainey to Landon Burks, and for the first time they're inside Bronco territory. It's also their first down of the ball game for the Stallions at the 41. Rainey this time gets it off again. Knocked over the top too high for Joseph Hawkins. Carter Mead on coverage for the Broncos. Brings up second down at 10.
Number 32, Carter Mead. Second and 10.
62 for Schlagle's got a different colored helmet.
Spring Hill 41.
Well, that is a first for me. The guy who made the big plays split out to the far side. And that is Burks. Flushed again is Rainey trying to do what he can do. He's going to break out of tackles. He's got some running room. Carter Meade needs to make a play, and Rainey's going to take this one to the house.
Touchdown.
Good athlete. And it's going to be a 41-yard touchdown run by Khalik Rainey. Some big plays on that one, some bust down, perhaps a little bit of a relaxation and focus, which is to be expected.
Oh, I agree. Meade was taken out of that play. There was a really good block by the receiver, and the quarterback, as he was running downfield, he was pointing at him. He was able to communicate with his receiver, and he put a great block and took Meade right out of the play.
So a little relaxation there from the defense allows two big plays, a 39-yard pass to get their first down, and then one play later, a 41-yard touchdown run by Khalik Rainey. He'll go for two here. Trying to catch the edge, and good tackle there made on the edge by Carter Meade.
Good open field tackle.
Good open field tackle. 30-6. The Stallions like with 1 second left here in this quarter. We'll keep it here. But big plays, well executed. Remember, it was 3rd down and a 10 officially. A long 10, and then two plays, bam, 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 in the end zone.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were very well done, and like you said, I think the defense just kind of coasted through that one a little bit. Now they need to, go to the sideline, reset a little bit.
4-play, 80-yard drive, took 2:09 off the clock, capped off on that 41-yard run by Khalik Rainey. It was a good one.
Setting the kickoff for the Stallions, number 88, Brandon Lopez.
Lopez to kick it away for Schlagle.
Number 13,
Knowlton.
Zach Knowlton.
Mitchell just inside the 20. This one's going to be kicked away from the returners and likely go out of bounds. It does. Almost dangerous. And a penalty flag comes in for that out-of-bounds kick. So Broncos will have great field position. There's a flag over on the near side as well that could be canceling each other out. Oof. It was halftime by this time last week.
I was thinking about that a minute ago, that was one of the fastest high school football games I've ever seen and been a part of.
Yeah.
This might be the opposite.
Yeah. Yep. So they work on the penalty. This may be a re-kick if it's offsetting. What in the world is taking so long?
That's a good question.
Gorillas bring in UCO tomorrow, home game.
Every game from here on out for Pitt is a must-win. But, these next 2 weeks with UCO and Washburn coming into town.
Well, definitely need to win. Also need to have a few guys lose to get into that regional.
They do, yeah.
It's, so you're saying there's a chance.
If we could have Kearney lose and, win these next 2 weeks, especially beat Washburn, who upset Northwest Missouri a couple weeks ago, they've got a shot, and they should be eligible for a bowl game. So, that's encouraging in year 2 of Coach Wright.
We have offsetting personal foul penalties.
Interesting.
We'll have a re-kick.
No, it was a legal procedure against Schlagle and a personal foul against Spring Hill is actually what the call was, I believe.
All right.
White Hat stopped and explained that, kind of, and I saw it anyways. I don't know if anybody else did, but. It will just be a re-kick, so
Try
all
again.
that.
And we still have 1 second left in the first quarter.
Yeah, we'll keep track of that. 41 minutes long. That's the age-old question. Kick it away here. It'll be a good return at the 14-yard line. Far side return, Knowlton. Find some blocks. All he needs is a little hole, and he can make the most of it. Returned up near the 48-yard line. That will be the final play of the first quarter. We head to the second. Broncos in control of this one on Spring Hill Sports Live.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
There's the push, and it is a touchdown, Lewisburg.
I'm so sick of this.
I saw a Go Brawley truck in front of Bob's.
Go Brawley. No buffering allowed. Visit gobrawley.com today.
Yes! Yes! You two really need to get Go Brawley.
Back quickly, and a penalty flag comes out. The first play of
Flag on the play.
this drive, the first
Illegal
play
procedure
of
against the Broncos.
the second quarter. So they open up this drive at their own 48-yard line.
First and 15 for the Broncos at their own 43.
Starting offense still out there. Luke Metcalf again at quarterback. Going to pass this one, flips it out. He's got Mitchell. Mitchell dragging defenders. Such strength by Daniel Mitchell. He drugged the last 4 yards of that one. It gets the first down. It's a 15-yard pitch and catch to start this drive.
Number 13, Gideon.
It's a good patch by Metcalf. You know, quick little hook route there. And
put it on the bunny when it needed to be there, and Daniel Mitchell did the rest. Hard count, 3-5.
Flags offsides against the Stallions. First and 5 for the Broncos. Schlagle 36.
First down and 5. Mitchell the wide out to the far side. Metcalf will roll right. Plenty of room. Lets it fly. He's got his man. And good coverage. Intended for Carter Meade. Good coverage by Cameron DeBow. That's one there you want to see Metcalf, I think, pull it down and run it. It was a pretty good coverage after seeing the pass thrown.
I would agree. I think he threw it. At least he was safe with the ball. You know, he threw it so, you know, it would have been a leaping catch for the Broncos. But I think you're right. I think he should have tucked it.
Second down and 5. Turn handoff, Pipkin. He will drag a defender. He didn't have it initially, but ended up pulling forward for another 2 or 3 yards after contact to get the first down. It's a gain of 8 on the run by Pipkin.
On the stop, number 26, Jay Rainey.
And right back to the line of scrimmage, the Broncos go.
Broncos, Stallions 29.
Turn handoff again, Pipkin. Good cut in the backfield across the 25 up to the 20, knocked it out of bounds at about the 12, 13-yard line. It's another big run by Pipkin.
Knocked out of bounds for number 5, Cameron Campbell.
As they end up putting that ball out at the 13-yard line.
Ball spotted at the Stallions 13. First and 10 Broncos.
Being about an 18, 19-yard run.
Yeah, he had a great initial cut to, get some space and get around the outside.
Metcalf throw back shoulder for Cameron. Crotchet into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. That was a nicely placed ball by Luke
Absolutely
Metcalf.
It was.
And Crotchet does the last 4 yards. A 13-yard pitch and catch from Metcalf to Crotchet. The Broncos continue to add points here, now 36-6.
And, that's a communication route that they've obviously been working on in practice this week. So it was good to see Metcalf, getting all those reps like we talked about earlier, just being able to hit him right where he needed to be.
Point after attempt is good. Broncos lead 37-6. Back at 30 seconds on Spring Hill Sports Live.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Broncos go 5 plays, 48 yards.
Setting the kickoff for the Broncos,
52
number
yards.
3, Auto
Actually, they were on the other side of the
Everybody
50. 52 yards. Capped off on a 13-yard pitch and catch from Luke Metcalf to Cameron Crotch. A point after attempt is good. Only took 53 seconds off the clock, and now they'll kick it away. Otto Flock with 3 touchbacks already here in this game. 9-yard approach. Put a leg into that one and drive it through the back of the end zone.
Goes into the end zone for
Schlegel will start at their own 20. Schlagel's last time out offensively was their scoring drive of this game so far. They went 5 plays, 80 yards, capped it off on a 41-yard run. Actually, it was only 4 plays. They had a 39-yard pitch and catch and then a 41-yard run, back-to-back plays to get on the board for the first time tonight. The 2-point conversion was no good.
Well, they show they can be explosive. You know, when the things go right for them, they've got some playmakers. Just can they cut out the penalties and can they cut out the mistakes to be able to showcase that?
Yeah, you saw on that run by Rainey, he's legit. I mean,
oh, for sure.
He's got most of their offense, and you can see why. He had some time. He'd probably be more dangerous. DeBoe's behind him. 3 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Step up. Tiafoe. Boy, he does get it completed to DeBoe. DeBoe actually was a slot over here. The running back there with Cameron Campbell. Tiafoe was there, but
it was a dangerous pass.
Number 9, Daniel Mitchell.
Mitchell makes the tackle on the pitch.
2nd and 7 for the Stallions.
Ends up picking up 3 yards on the play. Keanu Tiafoe making a really good game tonight, putting together a nice one. Already has a touchdown in this ball game, as a matter of fact.
That's right. Can't forget that.
Oh, he
won't.
Be a
travesty.
Mm-hmm. Again, trips to the near side. 1 wide receiver far side. Campbell in the backfield behind Rainey. 2nd down and 7. Uh-oh. And flushed out. Going to throw it away. They're going to give him an incomplete pass on that. Might have missed it. We had a little hiccup on our video for some reason, but it seems to be okay now. Garrett Bauer giving chase there to cause that hurry. And it brings up. Oh, they actually did pull him down. I thought he threw it away. Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure where.
Yeah, I don't know what the down
like
guy over there.
Yeah, looks like he did. They did give him the incompletion.
So 3rd down and 7. Rainey, pressure coming. Knowlton on the blitz. Knowlton finishes him off. Fumble as well. Scooped up.
Score.
And a touchdown by Brandon Richardson, forced by Zach Knowlton. And the Broncos get to Rainey and turn it into points, this time doing it defensively.
The defense didn't want to be left out of the equation. Special teams have scored. They've earned a safety. Offense has scored. It's the defense's turn.
Zach Knowlton, a sack, fumble. Brandon Richardson scoops and scores. And the Broncos add to their lead now 43-6 with Flock coming on to kick the point after attempt. He's made a ball so far here in this first half. And he stays perfect. Broncos lead it 44 to 6 here in this first half. We're back in 30 seconds.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Set to kick off for the Broncos, number 3.
44-6, Broncos
For the Stallions,
well in control of this
number
one.
13, Gideon Zarabona. Number 27, Alani Fishback. Everybody up.
Flock trying to keep his streak of he's getting a ton of work out. Somebody was offsides for the Broncos, so they'll get a chance to do this one again. It wasn't going to be a touchback anyways. Kind of probably worked out better for him. That kind of came off the side of his foot, was maybe even headed towards out of bounds territory. So they'll re-rack it. Coming up at halftime, we will talk more about this 5A bracket, get you some scores as well. That might happen in the next hour or so, that halftime.
We might be able to get some final scores at halftime.
We will, actually. A few of those 6 o'clock starts.
Yep.
Maybe. So we'll do it again. It's twice we've had to do the kickoff over in back-to-back attempts. I don't have anywhere else to be, do you?
Nope.
End-over-end kick. Good one. At the 5, that definitely would have been a touchback. Far side return. Breaks off one would-be tackler. Up across the 25, up near the 30-yard line. Knocked it out of bounds is Alani Fishback, and it will be pretty good return there from the 5, 30-yard return.
That was an excellent return. And, Richards almost had him deep, but just couldn't quite come up with the tackle.
25-yard return.
Ball spotted at the Stallions 29, 1st and 10.
Well, those 2 big plays on that last offensive drive for Schlagle helped their offensive numbers tremendously. Before that, they were in the negative category of total yards, and now, 80 yards on 2 plays will help your numbers.
It sure will.
2 wide receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Throw it over the middle. He's got DeBow. And he'll be forward for a gain of about 4.
Tackle made by number 9, Daniel Mitchell.
Mitchell with a good open field tackle, keeping the guy in front of him.
2nd and 5.
They ended up giving him officially 5 yards on that.
34.
Rainey, a little bit of time this time, flips it out. Intercepted. Carter Meade going the other direction. Got to make a guy miss. He does. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Broncos. Little shenanigans after the case as well. He made that catch right about the 35-yard line, so we'll call it a 35-yard interception return for a touchdown.
You could see Mitchell coming from about 10 yards away, just flying up. He saw that ball. He knew he had it, and then he saw the green.
Carter Meade, 32.
Oh.
But still, the exact same. All the words you just said, only put in Meade instead of Mitchell.
My fault.
My first broadcast gig out of college was in Western Nebraska, and it was a 3-back set, split back or a double tight wishbone formation. Milner, May, and Munger were the names of the guys.
Oh my gosh,
I got them confused all the time.
That's for a guy like me with some ADHD problems. I think that would have been a little bit overload.
Triple M backfield. The question on this is going to be when this penalty happened. I think it was a personal foul, dead ball. After the touchdown, Meade had crossed the end zone. Yeah, Austin Rivers comes over to give a touchdown signal. He had crossed the end zone, and then some after the play extracurricular stuff transpired, I believe. We'll wait on the call from the White Hat. Official will come over to explain it to Jason. Coach feedback here on the near side. Good job, Caden Carbajo, doing what he does best. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty. Yeah, he saw that one from a mile away.
He sure
did.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, you'll see a D-back drop those passes because it's so blatant.
Yep.
And coming right at you. Oh, man. They're going to call it holding. Oh, so they don't call it unsportsmanlike. They call it a holding on the defense, which turned into the defense, and then an unsportsmanlike against Spring Hill after the fact.
Conduct penalty against the Broncos.
Not sure what that was. Somebody got tangled up over there on that return, but it doesn't matter. The touchdown does stand.
From the 18-yard line.
And so, good opportunity to try a long field goal, actually.
Yeah, I wonder what that was.
So they will back this up.
It could have said something.
Well, it may have been the hold may have caused the after the play thing, is what I think happened. I think it all happened in one spot.
That makes sense.
I think the hold by the defender,
get off me
afterwards, probably turned into a penalty. That's my deduction of it.
Number 6, Rocco Russo.
Well, my 2 cents. So Rocco Russo, going to come on to kick the field goal. This is going to be a 35-yard point after attempt.
Good practice. You never know when you're going to need to kick a field goal in a good game setting. So
yeah, this is taking forever. I mean, I'm
not sure why though.
Pace of play is in effect here. Good night. Let's go. The head coach over there, by rights, has an explanation as to what the call exactly was, but it all happened over there. I've figured it out from now. I didn't talk to anybody. I may be wrong too.
Yeah.
It sounded good.
We'll never know, to be honest.
No, we won't. Snaps back, holds down. Kick is on the way from Rocco Russo. Plenty of leg. That would have been good from 45. Maybe even more. Great kick by Russo for the point after. A prettier 1-point score you'll never see.
That's right.
And the Broncos lead by half 100 plus 1 on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the industrial park with cattle haul-in and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
At this point, you worry about people getting hurt. So, you want to make sure you guys are
text Mark Lance right now, Keisha. Tell him we want to change the playoff formula. I know what he'll tell me, and it won't be probably appropriate for him.
He's an old wrestler, that's why.
The 3A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A do it a little differently. I don't know which is better. Looking around, some of our network games are all pretty lopsided in first round of playoffs. First rounds are kind of that way in high school. It's
that's right, yeah.
I think we get used to perhaps the parity of the NFL, and there's just not that always the case across 32 teams in one classification. There's going to be a 16 seed, there's going to be a 1 seed, there's going to be a 15 seed.
That's right.
Just what the Broncos needed to do, though, to shake those cobwebs from last week and go into week 2 of the playoffs. We still have half and a lot more to go here in this one. Return starting at the 7-yard line, far side for DeBow. He'll go up near the 25, finally be brought down by the Broncos.
On the return, number 1,
Colin Rooney,
DeBow.
Austin Rivers, Noah Anderton coming in there also in the fray. Cohen, Ottenschneider.
First and 10 from the Stallions, throwing 25.
At a risk of getting on my soapbox, the other thing is teams that struggle and aren't being very effective moving the football, this 5 wide receiver stuff just doesn't really put you in a position to be successful. It's too difficult to execute. If you're not having time to throw the ball, you're certainly not going to be able to throw it to one of 5 receivers. And again, like I said earlier, you basically take 4 guys out of the play
Exactly.
Because they can't be a factor. Oftentimes I like teams to just go simple like this, turn, handoff, try to get something going on the ground, get your running back going, your quarterback going. Rainey, we've seen his athletic ability if he gets in the open field a little bit, so try to find ways to get him the ball.
Well, when when you're going, I guess, call it a spread formation, and you're unsuccessful, you're giving the other team that many more opportunities to score.
Indeed. Gain of 2, ball on the run by DeBow. Brings up 2nd down and 8. Do have new players in there in the secondary. Run through who those guys are. So some changes to the defense. Rolling Rainey, pressure coming, lets it fly. That is going to be intentional grounding likely. I mean, he was outside the pocket, and it did get past the line of scrimmage. I guess that there was nobody nearby. But good pressure on the near side. Colin Rooney, Garrett Bauer, Austin Rivers get in there as well. I haven't said Mark Debiak's name today, but in preparation and stuff, I added to it last week. He's got 12 tackles for loss on the season. Leads the team by a lot. The next closest is, I believe, 5 or maybe 6 tackles for loss. So he's played a lot of this season in the backfield. Hasn't got in there yet today. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 8. Rainey trying to pick his way through. Squares his shoulders, flips. He's got his man in the open field trying to get up to the 1st down. He's going to be shy. Good job by Noah Anderton to peel back to go get in on that one, but a completed pass brings up a 4th and manageable. I think they probably go for this.
Why not? That's a good job by Rainey to complete that ball. I mean, he's running backwards and was able to, throw a decent ball and find his open receiver.
Gain of 7 on the play brings up a 4th down and 1. It's just like that PAT could be a nice execution of a field goal and testing it. This is one where you go, what's our 4th down defense going to do?
That's right.
And they try Rainey just up the middle, and he'll barrel forward. He's got that and a little extra, a lot more, in fact.
On the carry, number
and it ends up being a gain of 6 on a play when he only needed 1. And they're moved the chains.
You like to see an effort like that from, they know they're down, and, Rainey could just, tuck his tail between his legs and go home, but he's still fighting for those 1st downs. He's still completing some good passes, and he's being a competitor, and that's what counts.
First down and 10. They move the chains. Rainey now flushed. Stays open. Dumps it again. He's got his guy. Work super hard to get back to the line of scrimmage. Brandon Richards is going to get called for a late hit, so this is going to be a 15-yard penalty anyway. Ends up being about a 2-yard completion, but.
And that was quite a ways out of bounds, too. Coach and him are going to have a quick conversation about that one. It's not necessary, young man.
Roughing the passer ends up being the call.
The passer against the Broncos.
So that'll go from the line of scrimmage. That'll move him inside Bronco territory up to the 45-yard line, a 15-yard penalty.
45.
First down and 10 from the 45-yard line for Schlagle. Rainey, straight drop. Just lets it fly. Carter Mead, out in coverage, rather, is Jamon Beck.
Decent coverage. He was there. He just needs to turn his head a little bit quicker.
Also in that secondary that's in that second wave, if you will, Porter Jones, 6'2", 167-pound linebacker. Wearing number 24 out there. Carter Mead staying into the ball game. So it's kind of a mix of some youth and some experience in there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You don't want to completely put your whole underclassmen group in there, but
Miles Bell's a corner to the near side as well. Number 35, looking his way, going his way, throws it low, incomplete, intended for number 26 for them, Shea Rainey. Ends up incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 10 from the 45. Stops the clock? No. We have quietly missed a running clock situation.
Well,
45.
I was wondering about that because I had thought that it was only in the 4th quarter, but apparently not.
They didn't switch the quarter on the scoreboard here either, did they? No. Or I
No,
have it.
It should be second, yeah.
That is the second. Pressure coming on Rainey, flushed. Nearly gets the ball knocked out of his hands. Showing his athleticism. Rolling. He'll flip it out. Intercepted. Intercepted by TFO. TFO. He's got a touchdown recovery in the end zone. Now get big 66 and INT. And there was much rejoicing on the Broncos sideline. Keanu TFO. Interception for the big fella. A better candidate for our Easy Relic play. Spring text SHHS to 816-406-0051 to see that interception by the big guy. I'll have to go back and do that. I didn't see it happening as it happened.
Kind of popped out. He kind of came out of nowhere. And, it's maybe an ill-advised throw, but, Rainey's trying to make a play. And
had a decent return also, all the way inside territory. Handoff Colt McKenna, trying to bend it like Beckham on that right side and get it around the edge. Not really able to do so. He is going to get a gain of a couple.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get around the corner anymore when you got a guy's arm around your throat.
It is a deterrent.
Yes.
Second
not illegal,
Broncos,
but difficult.
42.
Turn, handoff. Again, McKenna picking his way. He's got the first down across the 35 up near the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 on the play.
Number 1, Cameron DeBow. 1st and 10 Broncos at the Schlagle 33.
33-yard line. Minute 13, you see that clock running. It is the 2nd quarter, by the way. Straight drop from Metcalf. Throwing out a little timing route and trying to get it out here on the edge. It's going to fall incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd down.
2nd and 10 for the Broncos at Stallions 33.
Turn, handoff. McKenna, big hole in that right side, cuts against the green. He's got the first down again across the 25 up near the 23-yard line. Another 10-yard pickup for Colt McKenna, maybe 11. And it will be up to the 22. Broncos just taking their time. In fact, they don't even need to run another play here before halftime, and it doesn't look like they're going to. They will. First down and 10. Metcalf, turn, handoff, McKenna. Barreling forward, and that should be the final play of the first half. As he will tack on another 7 yards to his first half total coming in here. And Broncos in good control of this one as they lead it 51-6 here over Schlagle, the first round of the playoffs, week number 9. We'll talk about it here on the halftime show. We also will recap this first half. We'll look around the area, find you some scores. All that more still to come here on the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Brought to you by Michael Grant. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected, protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. 51-6 your score here at halftime. Second half still to come. We'll talk about it on the Michael Grant halftime show after this on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Gran anytime or learn more at michaelgran.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
First Option Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com. Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453. When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573. Cardinal Glass in Spring Hill is now hiring. Cardinal Glass is a great place to land, with immediate openings for production technician, starting at $19.01 with a $1 premium for evening hours. Also hiring warehouse and maintenance technicians. Cardinal Glass provides competitive wages and great benefits, including medical, dental, life, health savings, and monthly profit sharing. Call 913-592-6100. Walk-ins are welcome at their facility on North Webster Road in Spring Hill, or visit them online at cardinalcorp.com. Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Whitesell Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Whitesell and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Whitesell Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos!
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with cattle hauling and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
Back in here at halftime, brought to you by Michael Grand, Farm Bureau Financial Services, B.J. Harris, Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo here at the break. It's the Broncos in full control of this one as they lead at 51-6 over the Schlagle Stallions here in week number 1 of the Class 5A playoffs. I'll get you a quick recap here. Our Weitzel Optometry Eye on the Game. Brought to you by Weitzel Optometry Vision Source. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headache, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment by calling Weitzel Optometry Vision Source 913-592-2020. And be sure to ask about the 2020 rule for your children's screen time. Spring Hill won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, so they'll get the kickoff starting this second half. As Schlagle goes 3 and out, punted away. And just like that, Zach Knowlton takes that opening punt 42 yards to the house for the first score of the game. With 10:16 to play, Broncos lead it 7-0 as Otto Flock makes the point after attempt. He was perfect on the night from PAT so far, and then Roccaruso came on to kick a longer one and knocked that one through. So they've executed on all aspects of the game here tonight. Schlagle would take it. They'd have to punt it away. And on that play, it would get fielded, and the Broncos would go to work for the first time offensively with 9:11 to go in the first quarter. They start at the 50-yard line. They go 5 plays, 50 yards, capped off on a 3-yard touchdown run by Carter Mead. It would be the first of 2 scores for Mead. Point after attempt was good, and at that point it was 14-0. Schlagle gets it. They've got to punt it away again after a 14-yard loss on a sack by Austin Rivers. On that punt, it was blocked and recovered to the end zone by Keanu Tiafau. Big number 66 fell on top of it, and the touchdown counts. Point after was good. And at that point, it was 21-0 with 6:50 to play in the first quarter, already 21-0. Schlagle would get it at their own 20. They would have to punt it away again, and it was a safety this time as it went over the head of the punter and out the back of the end zone. 4:28 to play in the first quarter. It's 23-0. Spring Hill would get it on offense after the safety at the Schlagle 49-yard line. They would go 6 plays, 49 yards, capped off at a 1-yard touchdown run by Zach Knowlton, his second of the half, with 2:10 to play in the quarter, second of the quarter actually. Made it 30-0. Schlagle gets it back, and their only score came on this ensuing drive as they started at their own 20-yard line. They started at their own 20-yard line. They had a 4-yard run and then a 4-yard loss, and then they went 39 yards on on a pass from quarterback Kalik Rainey to wide receiver Landon Burks, and then 1 play later, a 41-yard touchdown run by Rainey put them on the board. The point after attempt, a 2-point conversion with 1 second left in the first quarter, was no good. Starting the second quarter, it was 30-6. Spring Hill would take it, and they would go 5 plays, 52 yards. Point after was good after a 13-yard pitch and catch from quarterback Luke Metcalf in his first start to Cameron Crotchett. Drive only took 53 seconds, 11:07 to play in the first half. Broncos led it 37-6. Schlagle would take it at their own 20. 3 plays later, a sack fumble caused by Zach Knowlton and scooped up by Brandon Richardson. He takes it to the house. The point after attempt was good. That was the one that they had to back him up and made it a 25-yard PAT, I believe. Made it 44-6. No, that was on the interception, rather. Brandon Richards had to scoop fumble. Then very next play, 2 plays later rather, Schlagle at their own 29 starts the drive. On the second play of that drive, an interception by Carter Mead at the 35-yard line. He takes it all the way in for a touchdown. That's where that PAT happened. They do make it. That made it 51-6. That's when the clock started running. But the fun wasn't over yet. Schlagle would start at their own 20 again. 9:26 to play. And they would try to put together a drive, but on what was the 7th play of that drive, an interception again, this time getting in the highlight reel. Keanu Tiafau, big fella interception, takes about a 10-yard return, and then Spring Hill runs it out and did it all on the ground with Colton McKenna. He had 4 carries to close out the first half. And McKenna carried us right into the Michael Grant halftime show. Michael wanted to give a shout-out and attaboy to Colton McKenna for closing out the first half so well. In fact, he ends the first half with 12, 33, 40 yards. 30 yards, rather, on that 4 plays. And so a good way to end it. And the Broncos have taken control of this. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and look at some scores from around the area on the Michael Grant halftime show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com. Elliott Insurance Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Insurance Group, we work, live, and shop in our local communities, serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years. Elliott Insurance Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Insurance Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be working on your schoolwork.
Oh, well, it's raining, so we don't have internet.
Not anymore. I just signed us up for Go Brawley.
I hate Go Brawley. I miss satellite internet.
Go Brawley. You'll love us, but your kids might not. Call us today at 913-837-4678.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367. Back out here on the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. B.J. Harris, Matt Jones, Caden Carbajo, 51-6 here at halftime. Matt, what you got score-wise around the area?
Well, we got Paola right now. They're up 26-7 over Lansing. Paola's number 4 seed in the East. Tonganoxie is tied with Miege, 13 all, so we'll be keeping an eye on that one. Eudora's up big on Ottawa, 34-6. St. Thomas Aquinas is all over Washington, 41-3. Pittsburgh is over Turner 42-0, and DeSoto's up 22-8 over Topeka West. Those local scores are all this side of the 5A East bracket of interest. So we also noticed on the network, Galena won big, and Girard is also up big over Caney Valley.
Good times. Playoff football, a little coolness in the air. The rain moved out, thankfully. Caden's thankful for that, standing outside here on our perch to our north.
His fingers might be numb, but it'd be a whole lot worse if it was like it was this morning. Yuck.
Yeah. Take a look at the East bracket again. You see what Week 2 has in store with Aquinas taking care of Washington, Kansas City, Washington, and obviously Spring Hill taking care of things here. If the Broncos are able to knock off Aquinas, they would be looking at the winner of the next one, possibly a rematch with DeSoto. In fact, that would be probably my thought on that one, or Pittsburgh. But certainly got to take care of things against Aquinas. And Aquinas on the year. They play outside, and we talked about this a little bit, Matt. They play across the state line, had a couple of matchups over there that they fell to, and it might have thrown off the seedings just a little bit. But regardless, you still got to play them. And if you're Spring Hill and you can get into that second round and beat somebody like St. Thomas Aquinas, who has played for some state titles here in the last few years and certainly has an incredible program, really well coached by Randy Dreiling. If you can get a win against them, then you feel good about your chances the rest of the playoffs, and you can beat anybody.
Oh, that's absolutely right. And, right now you're going into this week, you're thinking everybody's got a chance,
Yeah.
Aquinas has lost games. I mean, yes, they're in a tough conference. They've played lots of 6A schools, but, Spring Hill's a good football team, and they've shown it tonight, obviously. Schlagle's had a tough year, but, Spring Hill has some athletes, and they can match up with some of the athletes that Aquinas has. The biggest concern I have when you play someone like that is, they're going to have big guys up front that can move. And that's, one of the big differences between 5A and 6A is, the big boys. And they can move. They can create those holes for those running backs and those athletes.
Yeah, they played and did have one of their losses was to a Bishop Miege team that was 2-6 going into the Week 9. They lost to them 20-23 in Week 3. And as you mentioned earlier, Tongi and Bishop Miege hooked up in a tight one over there. Tongi's just going to play everybody tight. So I'm not sure how much you can read into that one. Probably the biggest win, though, the one that kind of got, oh, boy, here we go again with Aquinas, was that Week 7 win over Blue Valley Northwest and 35-16, and that kind of got everybody thinking, ooh, they might be back doing what they're doing.
And then Northwest is the number 1 seed in 6A East.
Yeah.
So, they're a solid football team. That's their only loss on the season, and it wasn't close.
Second half kickoff, just like the first, brought to you by our friends at Seats Incorporated. Kick off your new career with Seats Incorporated. They are the leader in manufacturing of quality seating accessories for vehicles with competitive wages and benefits. To see all their openings or to apply online, go to seatsinc.com. They'll kick this one high. It's going to be returned. Center return across the 30. This is Kelson McAllister, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Brought down just inside out of bounds, up around the 32, 33-yard line. That's where they will start.
1st and 10, Broncos at their own 32.
Hey, we're going to have a running clock for the duration of this one, I believe. So this second half will probably be much faster. In fact, there's a good chance this second half does not last as long as the first quarter.
Oh, I would bet money.
Go down there and change the quarter to 3. Near side return for Colton McKenna. Drops a boom, does McKenna across the 35, up near the 36-yard line. Dynamite comes in small packages, and he was able to blow past there with a gain of 4 on the run for McKenna. New quarterback in to start the second half. Well, McKenna snatched up, but he breaks out. Now he's got some running room. Boy, he did it all himself that time. Did McKenna. He gets caught in the backfield, but is able to break loose of an arm tackle, and he goes forward for a gain of 11.
Alani Fishback. First and 10 Broncos.
They didn't agree.
At their own 47.
Well, there it is. I told them. That was the most people I have ever seen in the scorer's box.
Yeah, it's cool.
It was.
You'll notice as a
full.
broadcaster, as things get colder outside, there starts to become more media personnel.
Yes.
Media in quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Turn, handoff again, McKenna, who just had a phenomenal run, trying to pick his way through across midfield. Quarterback in for the Broncos to start this second half is number 5, Ryan Paul, the 5'6", 135-pound sophomore quarterback in there.
Number 11, Ryan Smith.
McKenna has touched the ball the last 7 times for the Broncos. Well, you can bet if I go to a game and it's cold outside, I'm going to find my credentials real fast. And
That's right.
Figure a way to finagle my way into the press box. Another run by McKenna. Good cut in the backfield up near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play.
20, Colton McKenna.
McKenna's going to be fun to watch for the next 2 years following. Got a good burst.
Tackled by number
Aggressive
70,
runner.
Alonzo Lair.
5'9", 170-pound sophomore. Sophomore class for Spring Hill is
just getting ready to say that.
Pretty important. Obviously, there's plenty of juniors that are factors in there. Brandon Richardson will be returning next year as well. Draven Pipkin are juniors that are factors already on the starting lineup. But
Luke Metcalf.
Just caught up in the backfield. Nice play there, coming in to flying the tackle made by Shea Rainey.
Tackle made by number 26.
Norian Terrell took the carry and was just tripped up. He loses about 4 yards on the carry and brings up our first punt of the game.
Schlagle 49.
As Caleb Chandler has done a phenomenal job all season long punting the ball away for the Broncos.
Deep for the Stallions, number 1, Cameron DeBoe.
Chandler averaging 37 yards per punt with a long of 59. He's had 8 inside the 20 so far this year. And now a timeout going to be taken by the Broncos, trying to get personnel out there. When you start subbing people in, not everybody's ready to go in their spot, and especially if you're going to have subs on your special teams, which I think is always a good idea to try that stuff. But a timeout taken by the Broncos, we'll take it along with them. We're back in 30 seconds.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Fourth down, Chandler comes back on to punt it away. Looks like Cameron Campbell back to return this one as he stands at the 10-yard line. Chandler mishandles it, has plenty of time still to regroup it. It still gets in a nice one as Campbell will field this one at the 13-yard line. Far side return, knocked out of bounds. Good coverage there for the Broncos. I believe Miles Bell down there to make that play.
Tackle maybe number 35, Miles Bell.
Also down there on coverage was Cole Floyd. For the Broncos. First punt of the game for Spring Hill. We will have a host. We will host playoffs. Broncos with that number 2 seed do get to host all the way until the sub-state round. And they would host a sub-state game even if Mill Valley perhaps gets beat, which is probably unlikely, but
you never know.
It could happen. Campbell, the deep running back. Straight drop for Rainey. Flushed. Blocker would be nice to have in there as he gets sacked all the way back.
Number 7, Khalid Rainey.
Inside the 20-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress to the 21, so it'll be a loss of 5 on the play.
Second and 15 for the Stallions at their own 21.
So a loss of 5. that'll be a big-time game next week. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of eyes on it.
Yep.
Like people around the area. You're going to start to see just football fans coming out to watch games that don't have anywhere else to go because their team's out of it. Good pitch and catch there. Get the 5 yards back.
And coaches, that's what they do.
Coaches,
when their team gets beat out, they go watch the other games.
We have 7 channels, so I'm hopeful that we'll have at least, I hope this one, and then maybe at least a couple others that'll go for a while. But my wife, about this time of the year, about Halloween, we had the conversation about how many more weeks are left in football.
Yeah.
I just told her, just don't plan on me being available until after Thanksgiving.
That's right. Well,
on a Saturday or Friday.
It's better than basketball season, and then it's real busy.
Real busy. Yeah, during basketball season, this is 2 weeks worth of broadcasts.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially during tournament week. Straight drop, looking to Rainey. Plenty of time, a little pressure coming up the middle this time. Richardson misses him. Tracked down by Noah Anderton and escorted out of bounds by Anderton along with Javon Beck. Good decent run by Rainey as he'll pick up about 4 yards on the run.
Seems like they're getting Richardson some extra reps, since he was hurt for several weeks. So that's good to see him still in there, getting his timing back and probably conditioning as well.
Javon Beck.
Number 22,
Jamin Beck will go back to return this one, 5'9", 145-pound junior. Jamin, I apologize for pronunciation. Sometimes I mispronounce pronunciation, so. Nope, through the hands of the punter, buried. James Newton, first guy there. And this will end up being officially a turnover on downs.
Tackle man with number 16, James Newton.
James Newton getting in on the action there. Boy, you try to figure out what you can take away from a game like this. And for the Broncos, after coming off last week's game, you could certainly see a letdown. You can see them kind of go through the motions. They've basically executed on every aspect of the game. They've done everything you could have asked them to do in a game where it's this lopsided. And you feel like you got a chance to rest some guys in the second half. That's big at this time of the season.
Absolutely.
So a lot of positives, certainly, and obviously the win is just gravy.
That's for sure. And, we've mentioned it. Getting Metcalf some quality snaps with his receivers, with his running backs, getting that timing down. That was important going into next week. Next week is going to be a different animal.
Jamin Beck on the carry.
Number 88, Brandon Lopez.
He picks up 4 yards on the carry, does Beck.
2nd and 6 for the Broncos. Stallions 10-yard line.
Pass, flipped it out. Trying to get it to Beck this time out on the edge. It was going to be well covered. In fact, if DeBow breaks on that a hair earlier, he could have an interception and nobody's going to go. He's going to have a good head of steam anyways.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing one of these guys will be able to track him down.
I don't know. He's got a lot of field ahead.
The Stallions 9-yard
Balls incomplete, breaks up a 3rd down and 6. You want these young guys to get in there and execute here. In the slot to that far side is Lawrence Dominic. Turn, handoff. McKenna trying to pick his way through. Going to be just short of the goal line, but it will be a 1st down and 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
He kind of runs like running back for Eudora last week. Bierbauer. He kind of runs low. His pad level it's like he's almost diving, and he falls forward and he gets 3 extra yards every play.
Yep.
It'll be fun to watch him coming over the next few years.
So being a 10-yard pickup on the run by McKenna. He'll probably get it here. Turn, handoff, McKenna fighting forward. He's going to be held shy. Good play there by Cameron Campbell.
Tackled by number 5, Cameron Campbell.
McKenna and Pipkin in the backfield. You got a little thunder and lightning action going.
You know what I think? No, I'm going to keep this to myself. Remind me of the break.
Okay.
It's nothing too bad. 2nd down and goal. Lost a yard on it. Turn, handoff. Terrell, he'll go into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Spring Hill.
Norian Terrell runs it in. from 2 yards out. Lauren Terrell, he'll put it in to the end zone. And the clock will stop after the score. Rocco Russo going to come on to kick the PAT. Broncos as a team are perfect from point after land. New holder, snap back, hold down, kick is on the way. And that's good. Broncos lead it 58-6, 1:32 to play in the third. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Rain Dance Studios is the area's newest dance studio with professionally trained staff, a brand new facility, and classes for every dance and tumbling level. Rain Dance Studios is everything you never knew you needed in a dance family. With an emphasis on customer experience, exquisite dance technique, and dancer confidence, Rain is the dance studio for every aspiring dancer. Come join Spring Hill's premier dance experience and get the royal treatment. Schedule a free 2-week trial by visiting raindancestudios.com.
I felt bad about it, but
I'm not sure you did. Gimme.
Really. It was down at Osawatomie, actually. Not that far, but oh so long ago. Otto Flock has done a phenomenal job on kickoffs today. When you go into looking at next week, that right there, it looks small. And to the average eye, they're not going to think too much about a touchback, but making Aquinas go 80 yards every time is going to be a big deal.
Absolutely, and against a team that runs the ball as well as they do, you're going to make them have to throw a little bit because, eventually you got to do some play action. You got to do some stuff. You got to be able to put the ball in the air. It's playoff time. You can't just run the ball every single play. Now, Hutchinson, some of those teams for Paola may disagree with that, but.
Well, you're talking about Hutchinson, which is the same coach as Aquinas has.
True that.
And you're also talking about a legendary coach
yep.
and Mike Dumpert. And Coach Dumpert is looks like he's going to get another game in his career. Looks like Paola's going to win that one, but Coach Dumpert on our partner channel down there, Paola, he's been at Paola High School long time. We just played the spot from Rain. It's his daughter Hannah actually owns that dance studio, but 40 years he's been at Paola, something like that. He's been the head coach for pushing 30 and just maybe over 30. It's just been a phenomenal career. Paola has been one of the premier powerhouses. I know this is Spring Hill's channel and they're not going to like this, but frankly, folks, it's 58-6. We're running out of stuff to talk about.
That's right. Yep.
They announced at those games down there the 5th winningest, I think, program in Kansas high school football history.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you're talking about a team that the servicemen and women. It's a military appreciation tonight here at this game. I say we re-rack it and do military appreciation again next week when everybody's here.
Yep.
Schlagle coming on to start this fourth quarter. Good tackle there. Coming in, Porter Jones, 6'2", 165-pound sophomore linebacker. When you see these sophomores between now and 18 months from now, complete body change.
Oh, absolutely.
You physically come into your own.
Yep.
From 16 to 17 is probably one of the bigger. I say from 12 to 13 and 16 to 17 are probably two of the biggest physical changes you'll make as a boy. And get in a weight room, and they've obviously got all the tools here at Spring Hill to get you on some weights and get you in a good program. These kids have got sky's the limit.
Yeah, right now they look like skinny teenagers, skinny legs, and they're going to come back in, like you said, 18 months, and they're going to fill out. And this experience is really important for them. Getting to see some Friday Night Lights is, when you're 15 years old, this is huge.
Cameron DeBow on a reverse play trying to get something positive going. Not able to get much on that one.
3rd and 9 for the Stallions.
Brings up a 3rd down and 9. Give a chase on that play. It was Hayden Hoover. 6 foot, 237-pound senior. He's one of those weight room warrior guys, too. He can get after it a little bit. Third down and 9. Straight drop for Rainey. Pressure coming. Flip it out, and it's going to fall incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. A little pressure was going to come off this near side if he doesn't get held. And Jackson Tarr, 6 foot, 183-pound junior. Up front again, Cohen Ottenschneider getting some playing time in there. Number 68, Nathan Jones. He plays quite a bit anyways. He's an animal in between the tackles. Mentioned Jackson Tarr. Near side DN is Porter Jones. Near side corner for Spring Hill, Benjamin Brooks getting some playing time, 6 foot, 138-pound junior. And they're going to punt it away. Try a new punter out. This could be returned by Beck. He's going to have some running room. Jamin Beck, the 20, and brought down just inside the 10. I mean, there's just not much coverage there. Low kicked right to him as well.
All he had to do was put the afterburners on and go.
And he fielded that at the 48-yard line is where that was marked down, all the way down inside the 10 at the 9-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 9-yard line of Schlagle. 1st and goal for the Broncos.
44-yard return by Beck. And they're going to be knocking on the door. I'm getting too close for you, partner?
No, I wanted you to be able to scoot over so you could see.
Here's McKenna trying to make something out of nothing. He appears to be doing just that. Man, just fought tooth and nail to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 2 on the play.
Yeah, I'm a wrestler. You know, close proximity doesn't bother me one bit.
Well, I'm not sure what you're wrestling at, but I think I'm in the heavyweight, darn near over 40 division, whatever that is.
Yeah, I haven't made weight for a while.
I might need to cut some weight. Canna, this time good cut, breaks up another tackle, driving to the end zone, touchdown, Broncos. An 11-yard touchdown run by Colton McKenna.
Good hard run. Love how he gets his pad level down, and he gets those extra yards just by driving his feet and like a missile. Kind of limping a little bit. I think that might be the last play for him, hopefully.
He had to use it all. Point after attempt again for Rocco Russo. Because McKenna came out, they had to put in Terrell has to go in there, be the in man on the line. Snaps back, holds down, a little bit mishold, and that's going to be blocked. It was misheld by Chandler. He comes in a hold. Before that, it was Luke Metcalf, and actually quarterback Ryan Paul, I believe, held on the last point after attempt. But anyways, it falls here at 64-6. This is getting into historical levels for games I've broadcast.
Well, and Spring Hill has been sprinkling in underclassmen since partway through the second quarter. So
we'll take a quick timeout. Be right back.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
$64-6. Flock's starting to run out a little bit of juice. Getting colder outside.
Yeah.
Just 1 yard shy of another touchback here in this one. but he has been the most overused guy maybe in this game.
Tackle may have been number 19, Ben
As
Brooks.
he has had multiple opportunities to kick some touchbacks. Broncos have had an interception return for a touchdown. They had a punt return for a touchdown. They had a punt block in the end zone that was recovered by Keanu Tiafau for a touchdown. Tiafau had an interception right before halftime.
And again, another sophomore.
Yep.
Talking about the sophomore class.
They've had a strip sack for a fumble that was scooped up by Brandon Richardson in return for a touchdown. So the defense has 2 scores. Special team has a touchdown. Special teams also has a safety in this game. And 2 interceptions by the defense. Late arrival and a timeout going to be taken by Schlagle.
Timeout, Schlagle.
We'll go ahead and take it with him. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Schlagle gets their personnel. Long throw by Rainey. And into triple coverage, really. Nobody close to it.
10 for number 13, Gideon Genzaraboa.
Genzaraboa. I was waiting for Murray to say it before I said it. It's easier if I can say it right after he does.
That's right. Repeat.
Second and 10 for the Stallions, their own 22.
Back at it next Friday night. Broncos will advance to the second round. They'll take on St. Thomas Aquinas by all accounts. Pregame coverage should start around 6:30. We'll do a little extended pregame. Maybe look back on this season just a little bit going into that second round playoff game. Kickoff at 7 o'clock unless something changes. Rainey trying to make something happen. And finally brought down by Noah Anderton, also in there. Nathan Jones.
Tackle made by number 31, Noah Anderton. Official timeout for injury.
You know, the interesting thing for the coaches this week is going to be, you have, one of the traditional powers coming in, Aquinas. Anytime one of them comes in, Miege, they just kind of have a mystique about them. So, how do you tell your guys it doesn't matter? They've, the old Hoosiers, they play on the same field you do. They're the same age as you, all that same stuff. That's where the coaches can really do a good job this week, is to just say, all we can control is Bronco football, coming out and not making mistakes, making plays. And, that's the hard part when you have kids.
You pick your parts to take advantage of it too. So
that's right.
If you can get them to a 3rd and 10, like you mentioned a little bit earlier, if you can get them to 3rd and 10, you get them to 3rd and 8, put them in a passing situation. Those aren't going to happen very often probably against a team like Aquinas, but you're going to have to take advantage of them, either get and make a big play and force a punt, or even better, be in the right spot. That's not going to be their bread and butter. Even if they do have some guys that could probably play a little bit on the edge, they're not going to be as efficient as throwing the ball as Spring Hill is.
No, absolutely not.
I also think it's going to be crucial that Spring Hill can score and score early. They get a little pressure there on 3rd down, trying to run as Rainey down the sidelines, knocked it out of bounds. And I think that's actually DeBow with the run. Probably one of the better plays of the night for Schlagle. They had that one drive where they had a 39-yard pass and a 41-yard run. That's pretty much been it offensively until right there by DeBow, as he picks up about 20 yards on the play.
Well, and if you can get Aquinas to turn the ball over next week. Spring Hill's been so good all year at gang tackling. Get that guy in there to punch the ball out and, make him work to hold on to the ball. Get a cheap turnover.
And then, as we mentioned a few times, the special team's so important. Get a field goal when you can, if you have to, on a 4th down, deep inside the red zone. Get those points. Don't leave points on the field. I mean, it's kind of all that cliche stuff, but cliches exist for a reason.
That's right, yeah. I mean, at every level of football, you get turnovers, you don't make them. Don't have stupid penalties.
Cliches exist because oftentimes they're accurate. Also for 64-6 games when the two broadcasters have pretty well run out of things to discuss.
That's right.
Cliches are perfect.
That's right.
To muddle through the final 2:15 and counting of this dominant performance by the Broncos in all facets of the game, and hopefully springboarding them into next week. Pressure coming. Casey O'Neill giving chase. He's going to get there. Still on his feet, though, is Rainey, and finally brought down. Tackled.
On the carry, number 1, Cameron DeVoe.
Deep in the backfield.
I think he threw it.
Getting there was Jackson Tarr was helped out, along with Hoover and Beck. They do say he was sacked.
Yep.
Ball spot back to Spring Hill, 46.
So a loss about 6 on the play.
16 for the Stallions.
Brings up 2nd down and 16 here. Nice play there behind the line of scrimmage, hitting that big running back.
Now, what's your guess? Do you think the coaches, not particularly Spring Hill, but Mill Valley, Spring Hill, the top seeds they're playing teams that have struggled this year?
Casey O'Neill.
Do they watch film for their supposed next week, or do you think they are completely watching film on the current game, or do they maybe sneak a peek just to practice a little bit?
Publicly or actually?
Well,
I don't think the players.
I know what they say.
Public players are probably all looking for it. Coaches probably. A lot of times, what you'll do, a lot of times I've heard of coaches. They'll take one coach and say, "Hey, can you go start prep on that next team?" Especially if you're preparing for a team like this and Schlagle that's struggled. You don't ever want to take your eye off the ball because that's when bad things happen. And,
sure.
Possibly a factor of last week, although I'm not sure if that's the case. But yeah, I think you might find somebody who can go do a little bit of prep and look ahead and
start breaking some things down. And
anything to give you a head start against a team like that. Now, the other thing is with Aquinas, how much prep do you need? I mean, there's a pretty good book on that team. I mean, there's a pretty good book on that coach and what he does and how he does it, and they've not changed a lot of things. 4th down, going to let one fly. Coming back to get it, and there's somebody to make the interception. That one hung up in the air for a while, and it was brought down by Jamin Beck. And that's how they ended, on an interception, the 3rd turnover of the game by Beck, and that's how this one ends. 64-6 is your final score. Broncos win it on a lopsided affair here tonight in Spring Hill. We'll discuss it briefly on the post-game show when we return, brought to you by Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center. They work with all insurance companies and can get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. Broncos big winners tonight. They'll take on Aquinas next week in the Class 5A playoffs, and you'll get to watch it right here on your home for Bronco Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos!
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the industrial park with cattle hauling and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
Rain Dance Studios is the area's newest dance studio with professionally trained staff, a brand new facility, and classes for every dance and tumbling level. Rain Dance Studios is everything you never knew you needed in a dance family. With an emphasis on customer experience, exquisite dance technique, and dancer confidence, Rain is the dance studio for every aspiring dancer. Come join Spring Hill's premier dance experience and get the royal treatment. Schedule a free 2-week trial by visiting raindancestudios.com.
Good looking at the Bronco football team as they advance tonight with a very good 64-6 win over Kansas City Schlagle. Again, Spring Hill will move into the second round of the playoffs. They call the regional round to take on the winner of Washington and St. Thomas Aquinas. Aquinas was winning pretty handily in that one, and so the winner of that one moves on to take on Spring Hill. 7-1, 8-1 now. Broncos will take on 5-4 Aquinas. Pregame coverage will start at 6:30 next week. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Should be an electric atmosphere. It's what fall was designed for, I'm pretty sure. Other side of that, the teams out of this eastern side of the bracket in the bottom half, I like DeSoto or Pittsburgh High. Try to find some of those scores and certainly have your matchups next week on our pregame show. Mill Valley likely winning big in their matchup. On that top side of the bracket, I don't know. It's anybody's guess. Topeka Seaman's been pretty competitive here of late, so that might be the other team they'll be looking for. But Mill Valley looks to have a pretty good path to another sub-state championship and possibly another state championship. They've won 3 out of the last 5 in Class 5A, and they played for, I think, 5 out of the last 7, something like that. It's been some kind of dominance by Joel Appleby in Mill Valley up there. But Broncos are dominant tonight here as we recapped a good portion of this. Some of the highlights to talk about: one, a 42-yard punt return by Zach Knowlton, the first score of the ball game, the first punt of the ball game. Broncos would score again on a Carter Meade 3-yard touchdown run on one of their only real offensive drives of the game. They didn't really have to drive the ball much. That one they did and punch it in. They blocked the punt, and it was recovered in the end zone by Keanu Tiafau. Tiafau got a touchdown and an interception in this game. Pretty good game for big number 66. They had a punt as well that went over the head of the punter, did Schlagle, and went through the back of the end zone, so a safety caused by the defense or special teams. In this case, it was 23-0 at that point. Then they had a 1-yard touchdown run by Zach Knowlton. Broncos would also give up their only touchdown of the game, the last drive of the first quarter, as Schlagle would have 2 big plays, a 39-yard pass and a 41-yard run to make it 30-6. That was the closest it would ever be. Broncos then would score on a 5-play, 52-yard drive. This time it was a hookup from quarterback Luke Metcalf in his first start at the varsity level to Cameron Crotchett. Crotchett picks up his 3rd touchdown of the season. Then Schlagle would get sacked. It would be a sack and a forced fumble by Zach Knowlton, scooped up by Brandon Richardson. The point after attempt was good. Brandon took it to the house, by the way. Touchdown. Then Carter Meade had a touchdown after an interception he picked off on the second play of the ensuing drive. He ran it back 35 yards for a touchdown, made it 51-6. Clock started running. And then the interception by Tiafau closed out our first half, essentially. And then it was running clock in the entire second half. The Broncos would score on a 2-yard touchdown run late in the third quarter by Norian Terrell as the youngsters got into the game, and then I kind of quit keeping track, to be honest with you, after that, as Spring Hill does advance to the second round of the playoffs. We'll take one more final timeout. We'll come out, get some final thoughts on this one. A dogfight going on our other channel between Tongi and Bishop Miege. I encourage you to go over there. They were matched up, tied up 20-all still.
27-20.
27-20. Miege just punched
Fourth
in.
Down,
but there's still plenty of time to go in the fourth quarter. So if when this one's over, go check that one out. We'll wrap things up after this on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health, because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Back out one last time here to Spring Hill High School. Much rejoicing, lots of celebration among family and friends as Spring Hill is 8-1 on the season. What a phenomenal year these guys have had, and they get to continue it next week as we welcome in St. Thomas Aquinas. And I tell you one thing I probably do, and there's 2 schools of thoughts there mentally. Is one, you've got to show respect for St. Thomas Aquinas. They played a tough schedule, but you don't want to fear anybody, and I don't think Spring Hill is. I think the coaching staff will have these guys frothing at the mouth. You can play the, it's our time now. We're going to be the powers in this area, all that kind of stuff. That's the approach I would take is, our time is now and their time was then, and we're going to go get it and go make your own destiny. But all in all, we talked about it a little bit here down the stretch of this game, Matt, one final time here, but they did what they were supposed to do. Broncos came out, executed, no real critiques of anything on this game, had good energy, and finished the job.
Yeah, and they came out and played hard. And, sometimes when you lose a game like you did the week before, it's tough to rally knowing that you have an opponent that's really struggled. And I'll give them credit. They came out ready to play, and they fired on all cylinders, and they're ready to go.
Ready to go. Bring on the Saints. Coming up next week. Again, our pregame coverage will start at 6:30. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. Here from Spring Hill High School, the Broncos and the Saints in this regional round of the Class 5A playoffs. Broncos winning here tonight, handily 64-6 for cameraman Caden Carbajo. Earned it tonight outside in the cold, and my partner next to me, Matt Jones and BJ Harris, saying so long from Spring Hill. Broncos are 8-0 and moving on in the playoffs.
You've been watching Spring Hill High School Sports on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.